Hi, and this is the ultimate ChatGPT user guide. This is for anybody who is looking to get started with ChatGPT and figure out how to get the most out of it. So before I get started, I'm Marcus Finley, CEO and co-founder of FinDigital. We are a digital agency helping people get the most out of AI and figure out how to implement AI into their small businesses. Here we go. What is ChatGPT and how does it work? So ChatGPT is an AI platform. What does that mean? ChatGPT has been trained on language as well as information from the internet. It is a general pre-trained model. And so that's what the GPT stands for inside of Chat. What this means in a more simpler way is the AI tool is looking to figure out the next word that should be in the sequence that it's producing. So it is using its knowledge and its understanding of your request and the information that it has, and it attempts to put together, chain together the most logical words that should come after the next word that it presents on the screen. So a bird in the hand is worth, and so it's going to go into its database of information, knowledge, and understanding of language, and try to piece together the next words that should come in sequence of that. So two in a bush. So somewhere in its database it found information related to this frequent metaphor or terms or these words put together, and that's how it produced its results. Why does this help to know this? Is that this is, if there's any drawbacks or trade-offs when it comes to ChatGPT, is that it is going to give you good information as well as bad information, because it could potentially just string together the best possible words, and that could be inaccurate or not correct, or it could be the incorrect results, but it's going to appear to be correct. It's not going to say, it won't be like other tools that won't return any result. It will always try its best to return a result, even if it's true or false. And so that's where you do have to be very careful about the types of questions you ask, particularly since ChatGPT is only trained up to 2021 in terms of information. That's changing every day as it continues to train the model. So that will continue to change, but there's other platforms that have access to the internet. But keep that in mind when you're using AI, particularly ChatGPT. It will always try to return results, and there will be times where it will return incorrect results because it's just doing its best to figure out the next best word. So always keep that in mind when using ChatGPT or any other AI tools, that there is always the chance of getting incorrect results, but it will not look like it's incorrect. And so you have to be very intentional and thoughtful about how you use these tools. So let's talk a little bit about the limitations. This is changing with the recent release of ChatGPT 4, the expansion of the words or characters it can handle. So now it's able to handle, I believe, 10 to 20,000 characters or words at a time now. With ChatGPT 3, it was only 8 to 9,000 words when you're entering in your prompt into ChatGPT. It will always attempt to respond like a human, as well as in dialogue form. One of the limitations in terms of using ChatGPT and many of the AI tools is its ability to do long form results. There are some AI tools that are better at generating pages of results, but that is one of the big limitations in terms of the AI implementations or things like ChatGPT, is the length of the results. Once it gets too long, it exposes more inaccuracies or chances for ChatGPT to just start rambling or getting off topic. The other thing is, it's all about the prompts that you ask. So if you don't give it great prompts, you don't get great results. And so that's just what we're going to talk about today, is how to really fine tune the questions you ask. So I will provide a list of topics or prompts that you can use, but really the core today is really how do you structure your own prompts to get the most out of ChatGPT. One of the important things is to iterate. If you don't get the best results you're looking for in the first time you enter in a request, you should ask it over again or tweak the way that you ask the question. So iterate. you should ask for it to present it in a table or in a code block or markdown text. So this will, instead of it just trying to print it out in kind of a human or written out way, it will try to present the results into a table or format that's easy to read. You'll see it once you enter in a prompt into ChatGPT, you'll see a button that says regenerate. In most cases, I will try to avoid that. Because ChatGPT does have memory in the chat thread, you are better off building upon your previous question by saying, hey, please go into the first paragraph in more details, or can you rewrite the first paragraph, or based on your last response, modify the output this way. And so I would rather, in most cases, just train the model or AI what I'm looking for it to do versus just clicking the regenerate button. Use examples, use examples, use examples. Providing examples into your prompts will help you generate great results, and we'll go into that even more. Using search in tandem to ChatGPT is critical, particularly if you're looking for fact-based or results that are factual. So I would heavily recommend using Google or some other search engine in parallel to ChatGPT, specifically if you're looking to include factual things into your results. We'll go into prompts and how well to effectively write your prompts. And a really incredible way to use ChatGPT is have it play a role. Play the role as an essay writer, play the role as a translator. You can even, because it has knowledge of book authors and things like that, you can ask it to write a response in the style of Albert Einstein, because it's been trained on all the information that Albert Einstein has written. So having ChatGPT play a role is a really powerful way to get really interesting results from it. You can also be very intentional by telling ChatGPT to give uncommon results or novel ideas, and that gives you really great results as well. 3 things to think about when you're thinking about AI is you can create prompts or ask questions that don't give examples or give 1 examples. And so if you want to do 0 shots, that means you're really not providing any examples and you're wanting total creativity of ChatGPT in terms of its results. In terms of 1 shot, that means you're going to give it 1 example in terms of the prompt that you're entering. And then if you give it a few shots or a few examples, you're giving it a few shots of what you're looking to get the outputs to look like. And that takes away some of the creativity, but then makes sure that you're getting closer to the ideal output you're looking for. Something we're going to talk about a few times is prompt, examples, and constraints. That is the PEC framework. If you structure your prompts in this way, you will get much better results every time out of ChatGPT. And we'll go in much more detail about how this works. Another thing that could be annoying, or if you're using the results that you're going to maybe copy and paste or maybe integrating to another app, you can intentionally tell ChatGPT to drop any pretext or context. And so you'll see if you have used it before, it will either give you notes at the end of your response saying maybe you should still go to the internet, or because it doesn't have recent information, you should go to Google or some other place to check the results. You can intentionally tell it not to include that text. All right, cool. I want to give you just a couple examples. There's so many more tools out there, but if you want to continue to learn other AI tools that are specifically tailored to the type of results, from marketing to PDFs, there's so many AI tools coming out. FuturePedia is one, but you'll be able to find so many more directories that have AI tools. Another thing that's becoming to grow in popularity are prompt directories, or places where people are either selling prompts or just sharing prompts that they've been really successful with. And as you're maybe learning more about the image generation, like DALL-E and Midjourney, there's places like PromptBase where you can purchase prompts styles, as you can see, and be able to use them for yourself. So let's start talking about prompt structure. So prompts are just simply the questions that you're going to ask ChatGPT, and it's going to produce a response based upon your prompt or question. Again, we want to structure our prompts with our question first, our examples, and then what constraints we want to apply to ChatGPT. So here's an example. We want a LinkedIn post about marketing automations. We can copy and paste in maybe another post we saw on LinkedIn that we want a similar style or lookalike style. And then we want to lock in the constraints of how many characters and if we want bullets in the example. Things that we can use to constrain ChatGPT is what task we want it to do, the tone, the style, the length, and the reading level of the prompt. So here is how you can structure it. You can start with the task, go with the tone, style, the reading level, and length. That looks like this in a real world example. Write an essay about large language models, write it in the tone of a Gen Zer, make it clear and relaxed, make it a 6 or 8 reading level, and make it no more than 500 words. Now this is what the results look like. So this is how you make it really clear on the style, the audience, and the format, and that will make sure that the results that you get are more aligned to what you're looking for. Now let's talk a little bit about role-based prompts, so identity instructions. So now we are going to, in addition to doing our prompts, our examples, and our constraints, we're going to ask ChatGPT to pretend to be a role or act as if it is something. So act as if it's a expert marketer, act as if it's a expert in AI, act as if it's a expert email marketer. But what that does, it helps it to kind of find the box of information that you're looking for in terms of the style and information you're wanting it to produce. And then we follow a similar structure as we did with the PEC model, but in even more detail where we provide context of what the role is doing or what type of company is it. Is it a large company, a small company? All those information makes it really clear to ChatGPT what the results we're looking for. So here's an example of what that looks like. So in this case, the identity is I'm a marketing manager at an advertising agency. I want headlines for Facebook ads. Context is we've been getting really poor performance on our Facebook ads. The constraints are I want it to be not to exceed 40 characters for the headline and not to exceed 125 for the ad text, the goal, the task, and then the expected output. So all those things you'll see will help to drive the results. And so I'm going to pull up ChatGPT so we can look at this together. So I've already entered in the results here into ChatGPT, or this prompt into ChatGPT. One thing I did include was to show this in a markdown table. So now instead of it just listing them out maybe with bullets, it's now presenting my results as a table. So now I'm able to easily see the headline and easily see the text associated to each headline. And so this prompt takes into account all the things we just talked about. One, we defined the role. We defined what task we wanted to do. We gave it the context of what it was. It was a small company, poor performance. Our creative's been pretty poor, and we defined exactly what we wanted to do and what goal we wanted to achieve. And with that, we get some pretty great headlines here. And so that's how you get the most out of ChatGPT. We think about the prompt, the examples that we want to feed it, and we think about the constraints. And with those things, you're going to get really great results every single time from ChatGPT. The other thing that's great about the new changes to the platform and its ability to handle more words is if I wanted to, and you'll see in this one, we didn't really provide any examples, but I could have added examples to this prompt and that would have exceeded the limits of how many words it can handle. And now that it can handle even more words, you can maybe find an example or an article that's on Facebook ads or great email marketing or business strategies. You can copy and paste the entire article and say, here, ChatGPT referenced this text when generating my results. And that will even drive really great results because at that point, you're training ChatGPT in the style that you're looking for it to generate. So all these feed into getting the best results out of ChatGPT. So yes, so with all of that, let's start prompting together. with that prompting format, you will now be a master prompter or prompt engineer on ChatGPT, getting really great results. You'll be surprised at the results you can get with ChatGPT. So just start getting started, iterate, continue to try, use the role-based approaches every time you write a prompt to get quality results, and you'll start seeing that ChatGPT gives you the results you're looking for. We have been developing AI as a service, so if you're interested in continued training, AI automations and implementations, reach out to our team to be able to get that. Also, there's a freebie in terms of starter prompts across all business categories that can help you with starting to test out ChatGPT. So check out this bit.ly link here in the presentation. And then if you're in the Washington, D.C. metro area, we have a wait list for in-person training. So if you're interested, email success team at fin-digital.com.